I was working on a video late one night when my eyes beheld this eerie sight. All these monster movies from their shelves began to rise, and then suddenly, to my demise, I did the mash. Scott 86's Monster Mash. He did the mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. He got on with the flash. He did the mash. Scott 86's Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Scott's voice did ring. It seemed he was troubled by just one thing. He looked at his computer. It started to crash. He said, "Fuck this shit. Fuck it up the ass." He did the mash. Scott 86's Monster Mash. He did the mash. It was a graveyard. He did the mash. It got on with the flash. He did the mash. This Monster Mash. Monster Mash Gold. Got it, this is Monster Mash Gold. Monster Mash Gold. Monster Mash Gold. Monster Mash Gold. What's up, you guys? Scott 86 here. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Monster Mash. Today on the show, we're gonna go over one of my favorite George Romero films of all time. Day of the Dead. Let's do this shit. Okay, so whenever the movie starts off, we have a helicopter flying in. It's showing the opening credits and all this stuff, like all the actors' names. They drop down, or they fly down into this town by helicopter. The town looks desolate, like there's nobody around. It's a ghost town. They have this megaphone and they're like, "Hello, is anybody out there?" Looking for survivors so that they can save them, and take them back to the military base. They don't find anybody. All they find is a horde of zombies. All of a sudden there's just zombies walking out of every store and theater. They got these two zombies walk out and this alligator falls out in front of them. It's insane. After they realize that it's a dead town, but they get back into the helicopter and they take off and go back to the military base. They get back to the military base. There's people just hanging out outside, up on top. The military base is down below the ground, underneath these giant steel metal doors or whatever. With a switch of a button, they open up. They go down below the ground into the underground military base. Miles of cave, basically, It's just caves that go in different directions and all this stuff. But the military base is the complex is pretty organized and it looks really legit, but they have caves that just go on and on inside of it. It's insane. Okay, so we meet the characters. We got heroic chick character, of course. They're always badasses in these zombie movies. The drunk guy that's hangs out with the pilot. I guess he's like a technician or a mechanic or something. I don't know what he is. But you got him, the Irish mechanic technician guy, I guess. The fly boy, he actually flies the helicopter. He's the only one that knows how to fly the helicopter, I guess, or operate it. I don't know. But you got your three main characters, okay? And then we got Dr. Frankenstein, which is this crazy scientist. He thinks that we can reason with the zombies and we don't have to kill them. Maybe there's a way that we can get them to understand and not want to eat us, I guess. You got the military sergeant, and he's a real dick, and he definitely shows his ass throughout the movie. You got Lieutenant Stone, or Officer Stone, or whatever. Him and his friend are just obnoxious jerks throughout the film that just fuck with the main characters entirely. While this is going on, it's we don't need all this other shit because zombies are taking over the world. It's the end of the world. Why is everybody trying to fight with each other? Fuck it. We have a character named Bub in the movie that's pretty awesome. He's actually one of the zombies that Frankenstein kind of gets him to recollect all the stuff or certain things from whenever he was alive, like books and music and stuff, and he kind of catches on. One of the times, the dickhead sergeant lieutenant guy or whatever comes in the room and Bub salutes at him because he remembers that from when he was alive, and the sergeant doesn't salute. Bub picks up a gun and points it at him, and then the sergeant is about to smoke him, and Frankenstein steps in the way. He's like, "No, don't kill him," he doesn't know what he's doing. Frankenstein sends out, I guess it's his assistant or something. He sends him and the main character girl to go get more specimens for him to work on so he can try to I guess, get into their brains and see what makes them act a certain way or want to eat us, you know? So he's trying to figure out why they're doing this. Okay, so basically, after a while, the main character, she realizes that Frankenstein's actually really corrupt. He's actually been taking all the fallen soldiers' bodies out of their graves and operating on them and like doing all his work on them and feeding all the fallen recruits and the army guys like to the zombies, you know what I'm saying, because they get hungry too, so he has to feed them. When they find out what they're feeding them, dickhead sergeant lieutenant guy comes there with a machine gun. He's like, bah! Shoots down Frankenstein. Moments later, after everybody leaves, Bub comes up and he sees Frankenstein just blown away, massacred on the ground inside that little room. He gets super pissed off, cocks the gun, goes looking for the lieutenant. By this time, shit is just going crazy, okay? The main character, she has a boyfriend, kind of, this curly-headed guy. He gets bit at some point whenever they're trying to wrangle the zombies in so they can get the specimens or whatever. He gets bit on his arm or something, like right here. They have to hurry up and chop his arm off, like really fast. They tie it up, you know, and then chop it off. Take a torch and like burn the chopped off limb, you know what I'm saying, or the part where it's chopped off. They burn it and to seal it up, you know, and then he's fine. The guy with the chopped off arm, he makes it up to the platform and he like opens up the platform to the outside. So he gets to the upper level. He goes up to the gate and he just opens the gate and lets all the zombies in. Because there's this giant gate around the complex, like the upper level, and he lets the zombies in, and he goes into the middle on the platform, lays down, puts the button on top of him, like the remote or whatever on top of him, presses it, the doors open, the platform starts to lower, and it's like, at this point it's infested with zombies, it's cluttered, riddled with zombies all over this platform. They're lowering down into the military base, so now the zombies are loose in the base, killing off everybody. Stone, all those people just get ripped to shreds. The lieutenant gets ripped apart. It's fucking brutal as shit. Stone basically kills himself. He commits suicide in a room, and then the zombies basically eat him. His Stone's friend gets his eyeball ripped out. It's gnarly as fuck. One dude gets his head ripped off. It was pretty intense. The three main characters, the pilot, the mechanic guy, and the chick, the girl, they escape out of there and they get onto the helicopter, and right as she's about to get onto the helicopter, she like gets grabbed by a bunch of zombies, but then you realize that it was all just a dream. And then she wakes up and she's on an island with the two other guys, you know, the mechanic and the pilot, Flyboy. Awesome ending, you know, they actually made it. It just had a really good ending, you know, everybody lived, and the three main characters lived, at least. So it's a really great zombie flick. It was really underrated. It got a lot of flack. A lot of people didn't really like it. It kind of grew popularity as time went on, you know, as it aged, I guess. George Romero just knows how to make you fucking be on the edge of your seat, you know what I'm saying? You're really like hoping that the characters pull through, you know, and zombie movies are just what he's best at. Landmark. He's a pioneer of his time and of his craft. Anyways, Scott 86, Day of the Dead. Go check it out, you guys. I'll see y'all in the next episode of Monster Mash.
Scott 86's Monster Mash!